Session is resumed. The chair will now address the body. Narito po kami, mahal na may bahay. Tinugtog na namin instrumentong taglay. O kawili-wili, panahoy tiwasay. Ang buwan ng Hunyo'y ipagtatagumpay. My fellow members and colleagues, it is but fitting that I start this valedictory with the words from the Tubong or Putong ceremony of Marinduque. The Putong is uniquely Marinduqueño, but the sentiment is universally Filipino. The Putong celebrates our own, venerates our saints, whom we welcome, and honors our enduring connections. We celebrate the best of the Filipinos. I stand before you today as a Marinduqueño who wishes to give honor and best wishes to my colleagues as your speaker. Nagsimula po akong mangarap maging kongresista. Taglay lamang ang matinding kagustuhang maglingkod sa mga kapwa ko Marinduqueño. Mahigit isang taon na nangarap at naghangad din po ako maging speaker ng kapulungan ng mga kinatawan ng Pilipinas. Tangan ang tiwala sa Panginoon, sa ating palabra de honor, at sa dangal ng ating institusyon. Ngayon, sa pagtatapos ng ating termino, buong galak akong papanaog na may katapatan sa ating konstitusyon, sa ating bansa at sa ating mga kasamahan sa Kongreso. Buo ang tiwala na iiwan ko ang kapulungan na nasa mas mabuting kalagayan ng aking nadatnan. After what is described as the most peaceful local and national elections in recent years, we came back to our House of Representatives to conduct our sworn duties until the end of our term. The national elections saw the greatest number of Filipino voters here and abroad, with more than 83% of our people exercising their right to suffrage, considering that this electoral exercise was conducted against the backdrop of a pandemic. Last week, we met with our counterparts from the Senate and constituted ourselves as the National Board of Canvassers to canvass the votes for the election of the President and Vice President of the Republic. I am glad to report that we have done so in record time. We have shown the world how to conduct honest, credible elections that respect the sanctity of the ballot and the will of the people. Despite the many challenges that happened during my tenure as your speaker, we have risen and proven ourselves to be one Congress, ready to serve our people. One Congress, ready to scrutinize the national budget, to pass laws, to conduct hearings, to provide oversight on the implementation of laws, and to generally make it easier for the next Congress and its leadership to continue the legislative work for the sake of our kababayans. We have continued to venerable traditions and parliamentary requisites of lawmakers before us. Ako po ay simpleng mambabatas lamang na pinalad maging speaker ng kapulungan ng mga kinatawan ng Pilipinas. Dignidad at trabaho lamang po ang aking mapagpakumbabang handog sa ating bayan. Hindi man kasing veterano tulad ng marami po sa inyo, pinili ko pa rin na tahakin ang daan ng pagiging tapat sa bawat isa at sa ating mga tradisyon. Let it be of record that 18th Congress was a key and steady partner of the Executive Department under President Rodrigo Roa Duterte in passing laws that promoted economic development, strengthened the administration of justice and the rule of law, enhanced the protection of labor and social welfare, improved the quality of and increased access to education and information, enhanced our health and emergency response system, and strengthened our political and government institutions. The pandemic forced the House leadership to be dynamic, innovative, and proactive. We implemented hybrid hearings and aggressive mass testing and heightened health protocols to protect those attending the committee hearings and plenary deliberations. We introduced environmentally sustainable energy sources in the House and initiated technological innovations to our House security system. Despite the lingering threat of COVID-19, we approved much needed emergency pandemic response measures. And despite some political challenges, managed to pass the 2021 and 2022 national budgets on time. All honor goes to our House members, especially our senior House members, who have worked doubly hard during these times. We also continue to honor our colleagues who have given their lives for public service and have gone before us during this term. Representatives Sean Acop, Manong Rudy Albano, Marisa Andaya, Charlie Coangco, Manong June Datol, Tito Raul Del Mar, Nestor Fongwang, Marisol Panotes, and Ditas Ramos. You served as our collective inspiration to continue our work for the people. We have passed key economic laws, our tulong bills, that are expected to facilitate our recovery from the pandemic, including the amendments to the Retail Trade Liberalization Act, the Foreign Investments Act, and the Public Service Act. The passage of this trifecta of economic liberalization laws marks an important landmark in our bid to ease restrictions and will help bring in projected investment leads of $100 billion over a 2-year period and create more jobs for Filipinos that would help drive the economic recovery of our country. Aside from the Bayanihan laws, we also passed several laws as our tugon measures for the pandemic. We have passed the vaccine procurement law and the Streamlining Government Services in Times of National Emergency Act. Still, the best tugon for the pandemic remains our timely passage of the 2021 and 2022 national budget, which would fund the pandemic response programs of our national government. We have also passed other social and consumer protection laws, such as Republic Act 11765, which gives more protection to consumers of financial services, and RA 11712, which grants mandatory continuing benefits to our healthcare frontliners. We have passed institution building, or what I call the Tatag bills, including RA 11768, which seeks to strengthen the Sangguniang Kabataan, RA 11713, to support teacher education in the country, RA 11709, which creates fixed terms for key officers of the armed forces, and RA 11697, which paves the way for the development of electric vehicle industry in our country. We have passed what I call our malasakit laws, such as RA 11767, which seeks to promote the rights of foundlings or abandoned children, RA 11650, which would ensure inclusive education for learners with disabilities, and RA 11648, which seeks to provide stronger protection for children against sexual abuse and exploitation by raising the age of sexual consent from 12 to 16. Finally, we have also passed laws that promote justice and peace, such as the Coconut Farmers and Industry Trust Fund Act and RA 11696, or the Marawi Siege Victims Compensation Act. Nakapagpasa po tayo ng mga halagang batas mula tulong hanggang tatag, mula tapang hanggang malasakit. We have shown that Congress could achieve much in the past few years, despite the present challenges. We have shown that we are one Congress. Dear colleagues and fellow members, we are proud to say that we are leaving the 18th Congress in order. We have improved upon the past and will transition smoothly to the next Congress. We are one Congress. We first came to these August chambers with hopeful eyes, with eagerness to serve our constituents, fortified by our faith, driven by our desire to serve, and strengthened by our virtues. We shall leave the house of the people with hope for the future under the new president, with the satisfaction that we have given our best to serve our people, and trust that the House shall continue what we have started with unreserved tapang and malasakit. Allow me to thank each one of you for all the help and support, particularly to Majority Leader Martin Romualdez and Minority Leader Caraps Paduano, for being my true partners in building this one Congress. Maraming salamat po. To our deputy speakers, our committee chairpersons, Secretary General Mark Mendoza, the House Secretariat, and our congressional staff, all our auxiliaries, and my dear colleagues, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me end with the words from the Putong Ceremony folk song. Viva, viva, viva. Mabuhay, mabuhay. Mabuhay ang santos-santang pinutungan. Viva, viva, viva. Ito ay tapos na. Karampatan naming humiyaw ng viva, viva. Viva 18th Congress. Mabuhay po kayo. I am deeply honored to have worked with you all. Maraming salamat po. Majority Leader.
The Honorable Speaker, Lord Allan Velasco, Deputy Speakers, Minority Leader, and honorable colleagues. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a distinct honor and privilege to have closely worked alongside all of you, the remarkable men and women of the 18th Congress. Indeed, it is the most rewarding experience as a legislator. Having been a witness to your intellect and tenacity, I am proud to have walked these halls with all of you, as well as having faithfully discharged our duties to our nation and to our people. As your majority leader, I'm in awe of the fortitude and competence displayed by our collective action towards achieving a fruitful and responsive legislature. I must say that we finished our final year in the 18th Congress with integrity and honor. For the work we have done and was courageous leap amidst a time of uncertainty and abnormality. Again, my sincerest gratitude to all of you and my warmest congratulations for a job well done. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay tayong lahat. Mr. Speaker, I move that we adjourn sine die the third regular session of the 18th Congress of the Republic of the Philippines.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The third regular session of the 18th Congress of the Republic of the Philippines is hereby adjourned sine die.